Welcome to another episode of Becoming Light Case Study Edition. Today we have Amanda and her story. And so, without further ado, I would love to introduce you. Can you please tell us who are you and where are you located?
Yeah, hi. My name's Amanda, and I live in Penticton in British Columbia in Canada.
Perfect. And how long have you been doing hair?
I've been doing hair about 17, 18 years now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, aren't you also an educator for color?
I used to be an educator with I've worked for Evo and I've worked with Bumble and Bumble. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with like a couple different lines. Yeah.
Yeah, you know one of my students from 2020, Chelsea.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
how we got connected, right? I remembered our discovery call
Yeah.
because I did your discovery call.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because um I knew Chelsea from like some of those education. We'd have to meet like, once a year and kind of go through the education for that product company. So yeah, I met her through that and I followed her and I remember her posting stuff about your program and I was like, oh, this is cool. And yeah, I just kept kind of following and it took me like probably a couple years, right? Before
It
I
took
actually
years.
like I did. But I kept seeing it and I kept seeing it and I was like and then I reached out to Chelsea. I was, like I'm like, "Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but like, yeah, what's the deal with this program?" And um yeah, so she had amazing things to say and yeah, so I was just kind of like, okay, now I have that confirmation and then chatting with you yeah, I mean, I just felt like uh, it was just like, why not? Right. Like, it's like
Mm,
everything you had said to me in our meeting, it sort of went through all my little like reasons that I was scared or like kind of limiting myself. So, um,
yeah.
yeah, it was really nice to have like that support. And I was like, yeah, I was just really excited and just excited to kind of like, yeah, like really push myself as well, So I think I needed it. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you had a background in healing work prior. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. So I'm a yoga teacher and I've got training in sound healing. So
That's
that's
right.
primarily um my type of healing that I do. But now I'm just like now it's been open like so many other doors, like with this program. So um, that's really cool. Yeah, I feel like um, I can do more in that world as well. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's kind of helped in in that side as well. So yeah,
Yeah, because I remember during our discovery call, you had talked about how it was almost like a separate thing. Like you had, obviously gone like through your yoga teacher training, and then through that, of course, like sound healing makes so much perfect. It makes perfect sense to marry, right? Like at the end of a yoga class, I loved that, but it was something that you did very separately. And so I would be curious, before I get, further ahead of myself, what actually inspired you to pick up the phone and say, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to get on a blueprint session on a Zoom call and actually chat. Like what was the thing that kind of got you to say yes to that?
well, you know what's funny? So like, um, I had been, yeah, I've been playing with these different modalities. I have a bit of cranial sacral background as
Right.
well, and um, I had been doing it, trying to do it myself. Like, to be totally honest, it's like,
Sure.
I was like, here I am, like, trying to figure out how to, like, do these different modalities, like, in the salon. And I didn't really know like, I knew what I was doing, but not really. Like, I didn't have a framework. I didn't
Hmm.
have, like, how long should this be? What do I charge for this? Like, how
Sure.
do I, like, any of the things? So I'm like, okay, there is a person who has, like, already done this. So, and like perfected this. So, like, why not just, take this coaching and, like, and then it gave me way more confidence too,
Hmm.
like, to meet with other people that are also doing it, you don't feel as like it's pretty scary, trying to introduce something. Um, well, one where you when you don't have a total grasp on how you're going to do it, but also when you feel like you're the only person, like I'm the only person I knew at that time that was trying to do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was just like, so it was interesting because um, I initially wanted to learn like how to bring this in the salon, but I
Sure.
feel like with your program, I got like so much more than that, right? Like I was surprised with like, oh, all like the marketing stuff, like all the other and like going through my own garbage, right? Like it was like, okay, like it was so much. I say that to a lot of people that ask me about the program. I'm like, it was kind of so much more than I expected. Like I really kind of thought it was just like, oh, I'm going to learn these healing techniques, but it was like so much broader than that.
Hmm.
So yeah, and I needed it. Like I was starting this that's the other thing. I was starting this business and
Yeah.
I'm like,
You were leaving your old space, you were anchoring in new energy.
exactly. So it was like, I really want to make sure, yeah, not only that I'm doing, like this, well, that was the whole thing. I wanted to bring in some of what I have learned like through yoga and, that side. I wanted to bring that to more people. So it
Sure.
made sense to do it in the salon. And um, yeah, with this change that I was doing and this like first time having my own hair business, I really wanted to have support as well. I knew I would need it. I knew, and like I needed it. So so that's also what kind of prompted me um to yeah, to really make the decision and make the call and reach out. So
Yeah. Since you were already talking about it, yeah, I remembered I would love to hear in your words what the process was like because I remembered our call so vividly, actually the series of our phone calls that we had. And um and it was really like a separate life. It was like you were very comfortable being the yoga teacher, to hand those tools down to your students in a yoga class, and then that was very separate from like who you were in the salon. So I'd love for you just to chat a little bit about like what about the process of becoming light, like did you really like, or where did you grow?
yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Like almost like I was two different people. Like I'd
Mhm,
have like two separate lives, and I'm not two people. I'm one person. So I was like, okay, like how can I be more of that person in a place where maybe it's like a little bit more vulnerable. For
mhm,
me, it was so. Um, yeah, it was just like having the support, but also having like the community, like people who are
yeah,
also going through it and doing it. And like, like their questions were my questions, like so
mhm,
often I'd be on those calls and I'm like, oh, like, okay, do I have a question? And then someone else would ask something and I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I need to know. And I'd always be like taking notes. Um, yeah, and just like, yeah, again, just knowing that you're not going through this alone, that there's like community and, you know, um, getting ideas from other people too, like seeing how they're implementing things. And yeah, I think, yeah, that's, yeah, it was just really, just made sense. Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and we were talking before the call, you had talked about part of my certification process, and there was like some things that you really liked about it, or you liked like the case studies you had said, or you liked the formatting about it because of like the way that things are structured and now finding a way to talk to, I can't remember how you said it exactly. You were talking about like I think like how you talk to clients like before and after, and like that there's like a lot of purpose and how we go deeper.
Oh, like, just like utilizing some of these like techniques and
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like, well, yeah, now in the salon, like implementing that, like people were so excited. Like I don't know why I was like so scared, but people were like, well, yeah, this makes sense. Like this is who you are. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought that was the secret. I thought people didn't know these things about me. Um, So it was cool. It was like I just like I feel more myself for one, which is such a good feeling. And and yeah, like to be able to help people on a deeper level and to like actually, like I mentioned to you, like I feel so much more joy in the salon. I really do. Like I feel like I'm actually helping. I can make a difference. And um I feel like the conversations I have are like more rich. Like they're
Mhm.
more they're not as like light, you know, like they're not about the weather. Like they're deep.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what is really going on with this person? And like that's what I want to know. I want to help, and if I can help, you know. And I mean, sometimes just being there for them to talk to is really nice. Yeah. So I feel like I just I have a deeper connection with my clients too now. So yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. I'd love for you to share, what are some of the physical, like, manifestations of your process? And I know that you're still integrating and you're still receiving, but what has it been like for you? Because I know we worked out your menu, that was really big in the new space.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely a lot of changes. Um, I mean, for sure, financially as well. Like,
Mhm,
I know that I'm like honestly so grateful because I feel like I know like starting this business, I would have just been like emotionally discounting for everybody because
mhm,
I've done that for so long and like not valued myself. And um, just like the training and like just uncovering some of, you know, the whys, like why we do that, and actually just like how it's really not helpful for the other person either. It really gave me perspective. And um, yeah, I don't think I would have been able to push myself like on my own like that. So it was really, really great having support. And again, in those groups, seeing what other people were doing and like, oh, okay, like I can do that, you know, like they're doing it. So um yeah, so I definitely saw this support and the change financially for sure. And just like allowing myself to have more time with guests and not feeling so rushed and like I've got to slam a bunch of appointments in each
mm,
day. So
yeah,
that was one part. And then yeah, the other part was just for me, like in my own journey, I wanted to create like this little menu to really like have every person who comes in feel really special. So it's like a little curated service menu. So when they come in, they can kind of share with me things that maybe wouldn't naturally come up, you know, as easily. And then they, you know, they get to choose on there, like, do you want something more energizing? Do you
mhm,
want, you know, here's some different techniques. And then on there, I've also put, you know, like a hair treatment, just, you know, in case someone's maybe not up for it. Because
yeah.
as much as I would love everyone to have that, sometimes it's like, you know, so it really felt a lot more comfortable for me. Like I'm not, you know, um, I don't have to tell them. They get to pick it, and then they're just curious, and then it opens a door for conversation too.
Mhm,
Like they're curious. They're like, "What is this about? What is this energetic attunement?" And then I kind of share with them, and it's fun. And then I get to know like maybe somebody who I would have been a bit shy offering that to. They're like totally into it. You know, it's like you just never know. So um,
yeah. It's good,
yeah,
it's good, it's good for that happens to every student in Becoming Light. They have them their mind will tell them so many lies. And so my job, I think I said that in one of our Wednesday sessions. I was like, my job is to entertain you until and give you dopamine hits and like until like you can finally like get your own healing and like get your own like shit out of the way so that you can show up. And so, but when you guys do show up and you just get out of the mind, then you get those wonderful surprises, which is so good for you. It's so healing.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's exciting. Like I'm just excited to see how this kind of grows too. Like I want to continue to like revisit all these modules. Like every time I do, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I not see this before. Like I feel like I'm learning more the more I visit.
Hmm.
And I think I really need that. So yeah, it's really nice to have access to those modules.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
it's helpful. Like you go to do an Instagram post and you're like, okay, help, like and it's there. So it's awesome.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Um, and I always believe that, sure, it's business and sometimes it is business that gets people in the door and becoming light, but I always know that it's going to benefit your life as a whole. So I'd love for you to big picture it for me and tell me like how has this impacted you as a human?
Ooh. As a human, yeah, I feel like, oh my gosh, there's so much. Like that whole um the whole part about just like going through our own stuff, like
Hmm.
especially like money blocks and barriers, like that was big. Like that's a module I will visit monthly, I'm sure. Like um so yeah, like really kind of diving into just why some of us, or like why we rest in some of the habits that we have, like
Hmm.
so yeah, so I yeah, I saw a huge change with that, and just more awareness of like why I'm how I am sometimes. um and then outside of that, um just just I feel like, honestly, I feel, well, before this program, I was having a bit of a struggle in the salon at times. Like I was like, you've been in a career for so long, and it's just like, is this still fulfilling me? And when that can happen, it can kind of trickle into other areas of your life,
Hmm.
you know?
Yep.
And I just like, I feel like being so much happier at work has just elevated so many other areas, um, so that's huge. Um, yeah. And it's like kind of connecting more to like my path and like my purpose. Like, um, I'm starting to realize that, when I got into hairdressing, it wasn't really like, yeah, it's creative and it's fun, but it was so much linked to like helping people. So I've
Hmm.
kind of began to uncover that. And there's so many ways to help people. So I'm excited, like, to offer more like healing sessions as well, like not hair related, So that that can be like a huge shift as well. So yeah, so I can see like so many doors opening. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I'm like, what else can I tell you? I'm definitely feeling, I'm feeling more confident. I'm feeling more confident, um, more capable, like, and, you know, throughout this program, when I've like doubted myself, you've definitely had like amazing words of inspiration and help to offer and support. So it's just, you can start, I've been able to really see like some of my patterns, and like where I'll like strive, and then where I'll kind of like allow myself to like kind of dip down and like rest down here. But I felt like whenever I was doing that, it's almost like you knew.
Hmm.
And you'd be like, hey, and you'd check in, and you'd say like exactly what I needed to hear, and then I would come back up. So um again, that just like trickles into so many other aspects of my life. So um yeah, it's definitely given me a lot of confidence. It's given me a lot more strength, a lot more courage, and yeah, a lot of excitement too. Like again, in this industry, like I feel excited. um just feel more, yeah, I feel more excited about just the offerings, and I'm
Yeah.
rambling.
Yeah. No, it's great though.
Yeah.
um, and do you have any advice for somebody who's watching the replay? Like any like words of wisdom, anything?
Yeah, I guess I would say something I wish I did more of was like got out of my own way and started doing the energy work like right from the beginning. I kind of thought like, oh, I need to like check all these modules off before, like I kind of got a bit in my head again about it. But
Sure.
I think if you can start like just practicing and like getting in there and like offering and um, it's just it's so helpful, and you start to really quickly see the results and it gives you confidence and you don't have the time to like doubt yourself or like get scared. You already are seeing, the progress. And yeah, yeah, so that's one piece of advice I would say is just kind of like get out of your own way and like, start offering and not be scared. Um and yeah, I mean, like, I guess my other piece of advice is like, if you are on the fence about, like this program, um, it's just like it really is so much more than you might think. Like,
Mm,
um, again, like for myself, I really thought I was like, okay, I'm gonna get all these tools for, the holistic part of hair and techniques, and I got so many of those. But what I didn't realize was like the marketing and that self growth and all the other parts that came along with it that I actually really needed to
mhm.
even do the techniques, like so
Yeah.
um yeah, I would say it's well worth it. And um yeah, I'm so grateful. So
Mm, thank you for sharing it. I feel like you're talking to like a younger version of yourself, which is cool. It's cool to hear.
yeah, totally.
Um,
A couple years back, I wish I heard that. You know, didn't wait so long.
totally, totally. Um, and if you're interested, where can people connect with you and see your beautiful energy? Do you want to share your Instagram? I love your Instagram.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm the long and short of it. So it's the dot long and dot short, or no, the dot long and short dot of it. That's what it is. I'm like, wait a second. Um, yeah, no, if anyone has questions, I would love to answer. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. I am so excited to continue to watch your work on Instagram and watch your growth and progression. And I can't wait to read over your case studies for the certification process because I know they're going to be really good and juicy.
Thank you.
Let me stop.